we haven't progressed to certain ideals and ways of life that a lot of these other nations have progressed to. But the technology in this end is moving fast. The thinking, the creativity, the process, the ways of working is moving fast. But we aren't necessarily catching up or at a place where everything is kind of not equal as such, but like we're on an even playing field. So I do feel to some extent that we don't understand our audiences well enough to know how to connect with them properly. And that's when you start to see a lot of stereotypes coming out in the TV ads, in the radio ads, sharp, or the dancing, or the whatever the case may be, or latching on to the biggest trend. And I think that's also the thing that tends to happen a lot of the time, is that we want to connect, but people jump to, oh, what's trending? But are you, as the brand, do you actually have credibility to speak in the space? Do you have
the language,
not the right, but like to connect with this audience in this way? And I think a lot of the time that's then when you come across a lot of, like, I would mention the brand, but I don't want to, but like the dancing, like we've moved, like there's a brand that just won't let go of the dancing things. And it's like, I don't know that some of these things, we've progressed as well as a people, and what really connects to the masses is deeply rooted in culture, in heritage, in language, and all the things that in those pockets of conversations, they're talking about preservation. How do we build these languages over time? So I think that there's almost like conversations that are moving like that. And for us as creative strategists, for me, the biggest thing when I'm speaking to the agency partners I work with, I need to make sure that whatever we're doing, we're not doing it because it's hot and happening. Does this make sense? Similarly, with how brands either would want to or love to with the LGBT community. What are you doing with the issues and the conversations that they're having? It's good and well that you want to put it into like representation, the Rainbow Nation that does this, that, and the third. But what are you actively doing on the ground? And I think our people, especially with the social ills and the things that we're facing, need action on the ground. And a lot of the brand work that we're driving sometimes, to what you're saying either about the budgets and the things, our capability starts and stops at a certain point. So if all I have access to is now to reach you on the TV ad or the radio or social or digital, whatever the case may be, is I have limited time to speak to you. So what am I saying? And how am I connecting? And how am I translating that? Because in the work that I do, it's a lot of adaptation. So you're getting global campaign ideas that you need to translate into a South African or African landscape. And sometimes, and I've worked in spaces where they didn't ask for the South African insight to also contribute to whatever that idea is. Now I somehow need to make that work over here. So by virtue of, I think, those gaps, we do then end up leaving the masses out of the journey or the narrative, or putting our messages on platforms that they can't access. But I think, again, that's why I was saying that when we're having those discussions, building the media plans, are we super clear on how to connect, but also without misusing and abusing those spaces and how the people want to be communicated to?